Just any comments on that?
Nothing has been signed, so Raymond has asked me to hold off on commenting on anything until an actual contract is signed. So I'm going to follow his orders.
How do you feel about your future here? Just
really good. Really good. Thank you.
That was not the prettiest game, I think, from the get-go. Is that just a back-to-back thing, or you guys have been playing so well? Do you almost just say, at least kind of get over kind of a clunker out there and get a win?
It was a great way to win, just on a night when you kind of knew both teams were going to be tired coming off the back-to-backs, off of the All-Star break. I think Steph is tired just from the whole week, from going to Indianapolis, getting a 2-day vacation, and then playing back-to-backs. So I thought fatigue was a factor for both teams, but I really liked our defensive effort, to hold that team to 84 and to challenge the shots the way we did, take care of the paint, and then only allow 11 free throw attempts. It was a great defensive effort. The offense was jumbled from the start, but we've been playing so well at that end of the floor. We were probably due for one, and it was okay because of the defensive effort.
Steve, I was going to ask you if that game was the reason you didn't sign yet. Was it?
Right.
You ended the game. You pulled, your guys. I mean, obviously the game is over, but you got a lot of guys in there who need to make a few plays. How, invigorated are you by the amount of young talent that still needs developing and the growth that's there?
This has been a really fun season, challenging season. I know we've lost a number of close games, but as a coach and as a staff, when we see the growth of our young players and we're watching them grow up literally before our eyes, it's a very satisfying feeling, and it's a great group. It's a really wonderful group of players, and I look forward to coming to the gym every day and seeing all these guys. So we have a really fun mix of vets who are Hall of Famers, champions, and then these young guys who are learning and growing, and just feels like the chemistry and the connection within the group is really, really strong, and it makes for a fun team to coach.
What did you think about what happened kind of at the end there?
Yeah, I've always told, for 10 years, I've told our team, if there's a shot clock differential, you keep playing. That's, to me, the game tells you to keep playing. And we've always done it that way. Nobody's ever been offended. They were pressing the last few minutes. You still play the game. As soon as there's no shot clock differential, then you sit on the ball and you let the clock run out. But if there's a differential, I think guys should always keep playing. And to me, it's very strange why that would be offensive to anybody. I've never understood why that would be offensive. And as I said, nobody's ever been upset with us in the past for doing that. Why take a turnover? The clock says keep playing, you keep playing, and that shouldn't offend anybody.
Especially because they had their starters in and you didn't. Does that kind of, increase your these are young guys just trying to play here?
It doesn't make any difference to me what the circumstances are. If we're down 20 and there's a shot clock differential, I want us to go score. But the fact that they were pressing and trapping in the final few minutes, they kept playing, and so we have to be allowed to continue to play anyway. But I don't know. I don't, like I said, I really don't think it was a big deal. But for whatever reason, there is a little, I guess, a feeling of, kind of a weird dynamic that somehow it's offensive. To me, the clock tells you to shoot. You just shoot. You just play basketball until the end.
Just following up on Marcus's question, you never said two timelines. It's been out there for years and also kind of backed away from. But do you maybe you feel that with this team? Do you be like, you're seeing kind of two different levels, certainly of the veterans and then the young.
Yeah.
Do you feel that with this team?
Yeah. You can feel it, and I think if you really think about it, it probably should take a few years for something like this to come to fruition. You can't expect to add several young players, inexperienced players to a championship team, and everything's going to work perfectly. So these last 2 years have really been about guys like J.K. and Moses, getting better, and adding players like Lester and Trace and BP, and seeing the development within. And our developmental staff has done a great job working with those guys every day. We have a really good connection with our G League in Santa Cruz, and there's a lot of really good, young, talented players that are working hard and getting better, and it's just really fun to seeing them produce and help us win games. Thank you.
John.
Pods, any thoughts on Steve Kerr's contract, agreed upon contract extension?
Oh my gosh, that is a lot of money. But yeah, he told us after that he's going to pay for Lester's ejection, and he just said thank you to everybody that's kind of contributed over the years, the coaches, the players that really made it possible for him. So I think that was big time for him to say. But yeah, I think he's earned it. 4 championships with this group, looking to make it 5 this year. So I think he's definitely earned it.
Defensively, what worked well for you guys today? Holding a team to 84 points in today's game is rare to do. What clicked tonight?
Yeah, I think in the modern NBA, it's just kind of like if you don't give up threes and you don't let them shoot free throws, you got a pretty good chance. And they only shot 11 free throws the whole game, and shot 28% from 3. So I think we did a pretty good job coming in, just trying to limit Trey Mann and Brandon Miller, trying to show them a lot of bodies, and I think we did that for the most part. And then they only kind of scored really when we turned the ball over. So I think in the second half we did a better job of not turning it over. So the lead expanded.
Draymond talked a lot about what went down at the very end of the game. I don't know if that was your first garbage time scuffle, but what was your vantage point on that whole situation?
Well, we got it. I think it was like a 1 second difference between the shot and game clock. And if there's time on the shot clock, we're always gonna go for a possession. We don't just want to turn over. And so Lester was open. I threw it to him and goaltend. And obviously Miles Bridges wasn't happy with that. But I mean, they're the ones pressing down 13 with a minute to go. So, I mean, you can look at it from either side. But yeah, the scuffle played out. Everybody that was on the floor kind of helped out our own teammates, and which is good to see from a camaraderie perspective. But yeah, I mean, there's time on the game clock and the shot clock, so we're going to play. Cool. All right. Yep.